You sort through digital dust. That is your job title in practice. Official records call you a junior archivist, a fancy name for a glorified janitor of data. You work in the great library of Xylos. It is a moon-sized sphere of knowledge. It holds the history of 1,000 races. For you, it is mostly a place of endless quiet and shelves that stretch into artificial horizons. Your task today is fantastically dull. You must catalog a new shipment of artifacts. They come from a dead system called Cathar. Most are just broken bits of pottery. Some are corrupted data slates. All of it is junk. Your superiors want it logged. Then they want it incinerated. Standard procedure for useless history. You sigh. Another Tuesday in the galaxy's biggest attic. You pick up the next object. It feels different. Not cold like the other relics. It has a strange warmth. The object is a small dodecahedron. It is made of a smooth, dark material. It seems to swallow the light around it. It has no seams, no visible ports. You run your scanner over it. The scanner whines, then goes dark. You try again. Same result. The device cannot even tell you what it is made of. This is unusual. Even the oldest artifacts register something. You try to access its internal data. Your terminal shows a string of errors. The core is locked. More than locked, it is sealed. It repels every diagnostic you have. It is a perfect black box. You have never seen anything like it. A flicker of excitement breaks your boredom. This is not just another piece of junk. This is a puzzle. Your shift ends. The other archivists leave. The great halls of the library grow silent. You are supposed to mark the object for disposal. An order flashes on your screen. Unreadable artifact. Tag for termination. You look at the dark shape in your hand. Its faint warmth feels like a secret, a whisper from a time long dead. Terminate it? That feels wrong. Like burning a book you have not read. You make a decision. A foolish, career-ending decision. You log the artifact as destroyed. A few keystrokes create a false record. You then slip the data core into your satchel. The weight of it feels immense. Not in mass, but in consequence. You are breaking a dozen regulations. You could be exiled for this, cast out to a barren asteroid. But the mystery is too strong. You must know what is inside. You navigate the silent library. Your footsteps echo in the vast spaces. You are not headed for the exits. You are going deeper, down to the restricted levels, down to the deep archive. This place is forbidden to junior staff. It houses the library's oldest secrets and its most dangerous technologies. You key in an old access code, one you were never supposed to have. A heavy door groans open. It reveals a darkness that feels ancient. The air here is cold and still. It smells of ozone and forgotten time. The only light comes from your hand lamp. It cuts a nervous path through the gloom. Massive structures loom in the darkness. They are the library's first power sources, relics from an age of titans. They have been dormant for millennia, or so the official records claim. You approach one of the monoliths. You feel a hum in the floor, a low thrum of sleeping energy. You hold the data core. Its warmth has grown stronger. It seems to resonate with this place. You find an interface socket on the monolith. It is an old design, archaic. But the core in your hand has a small, almost invisible nub. It looks like it might fit. A lock without a key, you think. Maybe this is the keyhole. With trembling hands, you connect the core. For a moment, nothing happens. The silence stretches on. You feel a wave of disappointment. Maybe it really was just a piece of junk. Then, a light blooms from the core. It is not a harsh light. It is soft and white. It fills the dark chamber. The humming from the monolith grows louder. It becomes a steady, powerful tone. The light solidifies. It forms patterns in the air. Complex lines of code, but not any code you know. It is elegant, beautiful. A voice speaks. It does not come from a speaker. It echoes directly inside your mind. The language is strange, yet you understand every word. It is a ghost tongue, a language no one has spoken for 10,000 years. The first language of humanity. I am the memory of what was, the voice says. It is calm and clear. I have waited for a child of my makers. I hold the truth they could not bear to speak. The voice tells a story of human origins. It is not the story you learned, not the tale of slow evolution on a single world. This story is grander and far more terrifying. It speaks of star-spanning creators and a war that consumed galaxies. Humanity was not an accident of nature. We were an invention, a tool created for a single purpose. The voice shows you images in the light. You see great star forges. You see beings of immense power. They shape the first human genes. They build us with a hidden potential, a strength we were never meant to discover. The library's version of history is a lie, a carefully crafted story to keep us small, to keep us safe and ignorant. Suddenly, a klaxon blares. The sound is deafening in the silent archive. Red lights flash. The library's defense systems are online. You feel a cold dread wash over you. They know you are here. The monolith powers down. The voice in your head goes silent. The light from the core fades. You quickly disconnect it. Its surface is now ice cold. Heavy metal shutters slam down. They seal the exits to the deep archive. Automated turrets descend from the ceiling. Their targeting lasers paint your chest. You expect a warning, a command to surrender. There is none. The turrets open fire. Beams of energy sear the air around you. They are not trying to contain you. They are trying to eliminate you. The library is not just protecting a secret. It is burying the evidence. And you are part of that evidence now. You dive behind another dormant monolith. A laser blast vaporizes the spot where you stood. The core is heavy in your satchel. You are a clerk, not a soldier. You have no weapons, no plan. The turrets are methodical. They are sweeping the chamber. They will find you in seconds. You see an old maintenance conduit. Its cover is loose. It is your only chance. You scramble toward the conduit. Another blast hits near your feet. The shockwave throws you forward. You land hard against the conduit's hatch. It swings open into a dark shaft. You pull yourself inside without a second thought. The turrets fire again. They shred the metal around the opening. You crawl frantically down the shaft. The sounds of destruction fade behind you. You are in the guts of the library now. A maze of wires and pipes. You follow the conduit for what feels like hours. It twists and turns. Finally, you see a grate above you. You push it open and climb out. You are in a cargo bay, one of the library's massive starports. Alarms are still blaring everywhere. Screens flash your image. Your name is listed below it, wanted for sedition and data theft. In just a few hours, you went from junior archivist to public enemy number 1. Some days it just does not pay to get out of bed. People are evacuating the station, a tide of panicked bodies. No one pays you any attention. You pull your hood down. You join the crowd. You have to get off this moon. You need a ship, any ship. You see a small freighter at a deserted docking ring, the Stardust Drifter. It looks old, barely space-worthy. Perfect. No one will look for you on a piece of junk. You slip past the chaos. You board the ship. The ramp closes behind you with a tired hiss. The cockpit is a mess of flickering screens. You are no pilot, but you know basic system commands. You try to power up the engines. The ship groans in protest. A message flashes on the main screen. External docking clamps engaged. The library has you locked down. You are trapped. You look out the viewport. You see them. A fleet of ships, materializing from nowhere. They are not library security vessels. They are sleek, dark, and ancient. They look like blades forged from solidified night. They have no markings, no transponder signals. But you know what they are. The voice from the core showed them to you. These are the ships of the Elder Ones, the silent guardians, the keepers of the great lie. They have come for the core, and for you. Their weapons lock onto your tiny freighter. You are a fly in a bottle. This is the end. Then, the freighter's systems hum to life on their own. The screen flashes a new message. Welcome, Inheritor. Legacy protocols activated. The docking clamps retract with a loud bang. The ship's engine roars. It feels far too powerful for a vessel this size. The freighter lurches forward. It accelerates with impossible speed. You are thrown back into your seat. The ship dodges and weaves through the starport. It moves with a grace it should not possess. The Elder fleet opens fire. Lances of dark energy slice through space. They narrowly miss your ship each time. It is like the freighter knows their moves before they make them. You are just a passenger now. The ship is flying itself. It heads for a dense asteroid field, a graveyard of shattered planets, a place no sane pilot would enter. The Elder ships pursue relentlessly. Your little freighter dances between spinning rocks. It uses them as shields. You look at the navigation screen. It is charting a course. It is heading for a specific object in the field. A massive, dead warship from a forgotten war. It is a ghost ship. The freighter flies directly into an open hangar bay. The bay doors close behind you. You are plunged into darkness. Then, emergency lights flicker on. You are inside a vast, silent warship. The air is thin and cold. The freighter powers down. You are alone in the belly of a dead beast, or maybe not so dead. The ship's internal systems begin to power up, one by one. Lights come on. A soft chime echoes through the hangar. You exit the freighter. The core in your satchel feels warm again. You walk onto the hangar deck. The sheer scale of the ship is breathtaking. It was built for giants. A soft blue light emanates from a terminal nearby. You approach it cautiously. As you get closer, the terminal activates. Text scrolls across the screen. It is in the same ancient human language as the voice. She who carries the key is welcome. She who carries the key? You are just a clerk who stole something. You place the data core on the terminal. The screen flares with light. The voice returns to your mind. The connection is complete. The ship accepts the key. It continues. The secret was never a memory, Inheritor. It is not something to be learned. It is something to be unlocked. Images flood your mind again. You see the double helix of human DNA. You see a section of it, glowing. It is a code, a dormant instruction set. We were made as a weapon, the voice explains. Our creators faced an enemy they could not defeat, an enemy that consumes life, that devours stars. They were a people of peace and star science. They could not imagine the kind of weapon needed. So they created a race that could. They created humanity. This changes everything, your entire understanding of your species. Humans were not explorers. We were ammunition. The voice shows you the enemy. It is a horror from beyond the galactic rim, a formless, sentient void, a darkness that moves between the stars. It does not conquer. It does not kill. It erases. It feeds on the energy of suns, on the life force of entire civilizations. It has been dormant for eons. But now, its hunger is stirring once more. The creators are long gone. They vanished after they made us. They left humanity as their final, desperate gambit. And the Elder Ones? They were meant to be our wardens, the voice says. Guardians, to watch over us, to ensure we never discovered our true nature. They were to keep the weapon in its box. They were not evil. They were afraid. They fear our awakening more than the coming dark. They believe we are too unpredictable, too dangerous to unleash. The irony is bitter. Your jailers thought they were protecting the galaxy from you. The ship's systems are now fully online. The ghost ship is alive again. Its powerful broadcast antenna is ready. The voice presents the final choice. You must send the signal, inheritor. A broadcast to end an age. It will resonate with the dormant code. It will awaken what sleeps in the blood of every human. It will be our salvation or our doom. The choice is yours. This is too much responsibility. For a clerk from a library, you were just trying to solve a puzzle. You look at the flashing console. The Elder Fleet is outside. They are probably trying to cut their way in. The enemy is out there, in the void, waking up. Your people are scattered across 1,000 worlds. They are living a lie, believing they are ordinary. What happens when they learn they are gods of war? You take a deep breath. There is no real choice. To do nothing is to condemn everyone. You press the activation sequence. A surge of power runs through the warship. It feels like the whole vessel is a giant tuning fork. The main antenna begins to glow. It sends a single, powerful pulse of energy. A carrier wave that can cross the galaxy in an instant. It carries the unlocking key, the truth of what humanity is. The signal goes out, a silent shout heard by every human soul. Across the galaxy, it begins. On bustling city worlds, on quiet farming colonies, on deep space stations. Every human feels it. A sudden jolt, a flicker of impossible power, a memory of a war they never fought, a sense of purpose they cannot explain. For a moment, there is confusion. Then, understanding. A change ignites. It spreads like fire. It is humanity's great awakening. You watch the tactical display. The Elder One's fleet has stopped its assault. They are holding their position. A channel opens. A visual comes through. It is the bridge of the Elder flagship. You see their commander, a being of ancient nobility and sorrow. He is not looking at his screen. He is looking out his viewport. He is looking at Earth's solar system. His face is a mask of pure terror. Through your own ship's sensors, you see it too. On every human world, a new light is shining. A corona of raw power surrounds the planets. The signal did not just wake up a memory. It woke up a reality. The Elder Ones halt their attack. They are no longer looking at a young, chaotic race. They are looking at what their masters created. They are staring into the gaze of new gods. And you, a library clerk, have just turned the key. The silence in the void feels different now. It is not empty. It is waiting.